Gentlemen, today is a very momentous occasion. The Bears won, but more importantly, the Packers and the Cowboys lost. So, Bear down.
Let's get at it. Bears win. Bears win.
Club dub.
I don't even know what we call it no more. We ain't seen a win in so long.
Club dub.
Hey man, you know the Bears that blew so many games, man. I think I was still nervous with about 3 minutes left, right? I'm like, just don't do nothing crazy.
I had some background.
It may be guys. Check yours, guy. You still here, Plank?
It's quiet back here.
That's good now.
It's good now. Good.
All right.
What you think, Plank?
And now it's that might be me, man. Don't worry.
Oh yeah, they say make sure because I know I don't hear anything. Hey, what you got, quick man? What's going on, man?
Hey man, like I said right before we came on the air, man, it must be my birthday. The Packers and the Cowboys lose. Man, they was whooping them so bad at halftime. I went and got me some fried chicken, man. I was like, man, I was supposed to go by Junk House. I couldn't move, and I'm like, man, I just gotta give me something. But it is a great win. I don't know. They was playing the Olay defense, but it didn't hurt us. But we'll take the win as we can get them. The Packers and the Cowboys lost on the wait. To make it even better for me, the Cubs lost too. Man, I'm like, oh, I ain't even put $1 in the tithing box today. Man,
Hey, but you know what? That backup quarterback they brought in, he in the wrong sport. He should be in baseball. That dude was throwing like 100-mile-an-hour bullets.
And they was getting hit out the park too.
Yeah.
Hey, Plank, you got one of the viewers say, you never know with the Bears, man. What was your feeling through this game?
Panic and fear, because at the end of the day, we were up 31 to 17 to 14. That's only 17 points.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and we gave them the ball with plenty of time left in the fourth quarter. I have seen the Bears recently give up those kind of games. So I'm like, hey, let's go ahead and close this down. We don't have to get cute and try all these different passing plays or whatever. Let's run out the clock and just get the W. So I was glad that we was able to pull that off.
Yeah, me
Ladies
too.
and gentlemen, I can tell you right now, our culture in the Bears locker room officially changed when we were 4th and 5 on the goal line and we scored. We wouldn't have seen that the last couple years. It would have been either a field goal or they would have ran the play and it just would have been horrible. Once they scored at that particular time, I'm like, okay. And then it was even just priceless seeing Eberflus on the other sideline. They didn't give him no remote controls to play with, the broke remote controls. They gave him the real one, and we see what happens. Your squad gave up he's a defensive coordinator, right?
Yep, he is.
He gave up 31. Let's see, major confidence building. Caleb threw though for finishing the second half strong with a lot of good long drives. Love to see it. It's a process because you know what Bernard said something that was pretty interesting, and I thought about it. I think you're right too. You said that he reminds you like in respect of he's like Baker Mayfield. Because when Baker Mayfield came in, he had promised, but he was overthrowing a lot. He was making crazy decisions. Now that he's been in the league and he's had a chance to kind of slow down, because he looked real good today.
Yeah,
there's a bunch of teams scared of Baker Mayfield. I'll tell you that.
Guy, stop. Let's stop right here. Let's hold it right here. We gotta stop right here.
Okay.
I don't care what y'all say about Caleb. I want Justin Fields in the game right now. And if he can't play, I want Tyson Bagent in the game. I don't care what Caleb does. I don't care how many yards he throws for. I don't care how many touchdowns he throws for in the game. It is all about Justin Fields here in Chicago. We gotta have Justin. He was the quarterback of the future, and they did him so wrong that he has to play here in Chicago. I don't care what Caleb Williams looks like. I don't care what he does. I don't care how many times he runs the ball or throws it all over the field, looking like the second coming of a great quarterback. It is not for him to be here. I don't care. That's all I got to say about that.
You talk like you got a spare toe in your drawer.
Well, this is how Stephen A. Smith talks, and so he gets away with it, sounding like he got nasal indigestion. So I wanted to do the same thing.
You know what I do? Instead of watching Stephen A. Smith, I only watch him when his daughter's on there because she be flaming that dude. It's priceless.
Hey,
but I get to watch tomorrow when he comes on there with that big cowboy hat, and he's gonna sit there and say Jerry Jones traded the franchise with Michael Parsons, and they lose to the lowly Bears.
Hey, this was a great confident boost, like one of the viewers said out there. Caleb Williams went for 19 for 28, 298 passing yards, 4 TDs, a passer rating of 142.6, 67.9% completion. That's awesome, right? Because at one point he was at about 53% completion. He finished the game. And you know what the amazing thing? Caleb actually could have had 5 today. Rome actually dropped one ball that hit him right.
One.
But you know that happens. But this team did not wilt when they play like that. They played clean ball. You had maybe one penalty on offense that I can recall. You didn't. You allow your quarterback to play clean. He wasn't under a lot of pressure. And this is what you expect Caleb to look like, or any quarterback, if they're able to just step into their throws and work through their reads. So whatever Ben did this week, it looked like it lit a fire on some discipline on offense.
Well, you know what? Ben Johnson called out the whole team. So to their credit, everybody on the team actually responded. Here it is. Caleb Williams had 4 TDs to 4 different receivers. So he hit Komet, Dunze, Moore, as well as Burden. They pulled some trick plays out and all of that kind of stuff. They really didn't get a run game going, but I could care less. They actually looked really good and really competent. And from a defensive standpoint, it was Dennis Allen throwing bubble gum, glue, popsicle sticks, whatever he could in order to see if the defense could stop giving up another 50 burgers. So I'll take the W.
Right.
You know, I think the turning point in this game, because it looked like it was going to be a shootout, it was when Stevenson, and I'm happy for Stevenson on that play because, you know, he's been maligned and it's been rightfully deserved. When he took that ball out of, I think it was Williams, when he took it out of Williams' hand, that was a turning point in that game because they was driving for a score and he just took it from him. And then the next turning point was when CeeDee Lamb went down and the Bears was able to limit any explosive plays. So even though the tight end had a career day, it was only 13 catches, but 88 yards. It was still under 100 yards. So it was really more of check downs he was getting.
Man, that play was Stevenson, man. And that's funny because we all kind of grew up in the hood and went to a high school in the hood, right? It reminded me of back in the day when you would be standing on the bus stop and somebody come and snatch your hat. You know? And then run off hollering, G! You know he just snatched the ball. It wasn't even a punch out. It was like, hey, give me this ball. I was like, wait, did I just see that play? Like, how you get the ball taken out of your hand? Like it wasn't a fumble. It was just, give me this ball, man.
And it was on a 20-yard run too. So they were gashing the Bears all day. But the fact that he got out, got the ball, had his feet inbounds, because that's what I was worried about. Man, that was a big play. But
that was a turning point.
Well, I don't know. First half, they was kind of going. We were going back and forth. Every time we scored, they come back and score. I think what the turning point was when we came back in the second half, and we stopped them right away, and it ended up getting that trick play. So.
Steve, what's up, man? Steve, bro, snatch your chain. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of, you know, you be up there like you was talking about you on the corner. You see the dude coming, you do like this, and the dude walk up to you and just snatch your shirt off. Oh, you trying to hold out on me, man. I'm about
like
to take that
right?
man.
Hey, man, yeah, it's like, my grandma gave me that chain, man.
Show your grandma. Sorry, but... So I say hi.
You know what?
Grandma gave me
Not only
that
we got a
check.
win today, but you know what we saw from the Bears today that we haven't seen in a long time? 4 quarters of football.
Imagine that.
Yeah, that's what it looks like when you play 4 quarters. And what I saw today also was on, at least on the offensive side. I don't know if Ben Johnson was listening to this show, but we had said that we didn't think the play calling was creative enough. We said there was like really hardly no design runs for Caleb to kind of lighten up the defense. We were saying he was not rolling them out on some throws, even target Loveland, right? And he did it today. He target Loveland. He target Luther on that flea flicker, right? So he did some creative stuff. So it wasn't, I know a lot of us say, hey, after the first 15, but some of it wasn't just because it was the first 15. I'm talking about in the previous game. Some of it was not good play callings and plus a lot of penalties.
I'll tell you what, today I'm taking my hat off to the offensive line. They are much maligned. We don't give them a whole lot of credit. We've been talking about them for quite a while, and the offensive line, for the most part, was very quiet. You didn't hear about too many penalties. They gave up a couple penalties, but, they basically controlled the pace of the game. They gave Caleb plenty of time to throw the ball. I don't think they gave up a sack today.
No.
So
They did.
That's almost unheard of from a Chicago Bears team. So hats off to them. About the only one that had a major problem was Wright with a couple of penalties. He's got to clean that up. And then he also ended up hurting his wrist or whatever, but he came back. So if you're good enough to come back the next play, you don't even think about whatever reason you got replaced. So hats off to the
It's that tough love. It's that tough love. He on the sideline holding like, how many fingers I got up? He was like, yes, man, get back in the game. But you know what? The culture is changing in the respect to what I like is like they talked about how they went off on Caleb in front of the squad. But now what I'm kind of seeing is something that we talked about prior to the season. It's like Johnson strikes me as the type of coach. Yeah, you making like $8-10 million a year. You a starter, you an all pro, but you messed up. I'm not gonna holler at you. I'm gonna take you out the game. Not saying it's a fear, but the probability in your head that you could get yanked. A lot of guys who are those guys that can actually play, a lot of those little mental mistakes that they make, it kind of make them tune in. And it seemed like everybody, especially the one guy who we said has been stealing money, Tremaine Edwards, he shows up and gets 2 interceptions. Imagine that.
Well, I'm gonna say that today was the game of the stolen money because we got Tremaine Edmonds showed up, got 2 picks. We had Byard showed up, got a pick. We had a Dominic Robinson sighting. He got his 3rd sack in 3 years. The other 2 were his first game, so that was pretty ridiculous. I think the Bears, had a little fire put to them today. What you got, quick?
Not only did Byard have an interception, man, he had a decapitation.
Oh, Lord.
Man, that's one of them hits where you see the guy go up with his arms and you see him coming and you start flinching like man, that was a hard hit there. Lord,
only thing I thought about when I saw that hit was, okay, this is about to be a TikTok video because you can see what
it goes back to Friday. You be like, I see Mark Chin. What up, Chin?
What's up, Mark?
Mark.
You gotta get on the show, man. You've been hiding from the show for like 5 years, man.
I'll tell you what,
Mark,
there were a lot of people, a lot of the writers talking about Dallas had planned to give Eberflus the game ball when they ended up winning, and they wanted to win one for him. I say, y'all got Eberflus.
They got a ball for the game.
Impossible for y'all to win with him on your squad.
They gave 2 of them for the game. Man, that was great. But when he hit that, man, when Byard made that hit, he could do so hard. You can hit dude as he got hit. Oh yeah, it's like the ones. It's like it was like with that stick. Woo!
Man.
Hey, you know what? Also playing cool. We had Grady Jarrett showing today. He made impact in the second half. I know he got the penalty, but that penalty was him being there, right? He didn't give up on the play, but that made a difference in there. So you even had a Sweat showing today. He got a sack today. Man, you know what I'm saying? You had guys that, like you just said, Plank, that have been kind of stealing money, really show up today.
Yeah, you're right. But the defense did the bend but not break. Like I say, Dennis Allen put some stuff together, and it made the difference. So we still are, have a whole lot of holes in our defensive backfield. So we got to see what it looks like there. And it's going to make a difference when TJ Edwards gets back as well.
Yeah, and Collins get back. And Jalen, I don't know how long he's going to be out. He's on IR with that groin thing. I will kind of look at it this way. It's like, I'm not trying to be a downer, but it's probably going to be something he's going to be suffering with all season if he does come back.
I'm starting to sound like Quick because, some of the stuff I get to watch, this like, dude, you're supposed to be an all-pro or whatever, but you end up getting hurt. You so hurt that you can't make it to any of the sessions for the summer or spring or whatever. So you hurt until right before the first game. That's kind of crazy, man. So right. I don't buy that. And I think one of the things the Bears are gonna have to do is get a different strength coach because they got too many little ticky-tack injuries. That's not something that should be coming up. These soft tissue injuries or whatever. That's what your entire purpose of the strength coach is supposed to be working on in order to avoid that.
Yeah. Hey, I want to switch back over to the offense. And you know what? I would say in the last 2 years, I guess last year and 3 games this year, one thing I do like about Caleb, and I'm not trying to jinx him or anything, he's efficient in the red zone. Where I'm not looking at it and looking like I'm thinking an interception about to happen, because I've seen like in previous years where we had quarterbacks who would hit the ball, hit their linemen in the back of the head in the red zone, because they kind of line drive a ball. And I think we seen a couple of games where we was laughing about that, like how do you hit your own man in the back of the head in the red zone? But Caleb looked comfortable today in the red zone and the efficiency in the play calling. And the other thing I thought was a lot better today, I thought special teams showed a whole lot better today. They did what they were supposed to do, and they gave up some yards, but it wasn't like it had been given up. And we got some good punts off today.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you got a point. You were saying something Quick.
No, I was just saying that you were talking about what Dennis Allen was trying to piece together to keep the defense together. You forgot everything but duct tape. Trying to duct tape everything on defense together. That's when them old. You drive by and you see a car with duct tape on it, you be like, "Why they just don't get a new fender, man?" I'm just gonna hold it together until I can get enough money to get it replaced. So he just trying to hold it together.
Right.
Man, I got duct tape on my bumper, bro.
Right.
Hey, we all have been there. One thing in watching the game, I saw the Bears trying to get more committed to the run. Cal Monange needs to learn how to run towards his end zone and not, the other team's end zone. So that's a bit of a problem. But I thought about, Swift out there running, and I think he might have some problems with his vision. It reminds me of that movie Major League with a guy, Charlie Sheen, was a pitcher.
And he get glasses.
And they had to get glasses. Then he got a whole lot better. I think Swift might need to have his eyes checked because some of those runs I'm looking at, I'm like, dude, you're running straight into defensive players that are just standing there. They land on the ground and you run into them. I can't even understand that.
He looked like, he looked like the road runner.
He caught this one, I think it was a pass. And I always say, no matter where Swift is at, if he's on the right side of the field, he's always going to run back in the center. On that play, I think I text y'all on it. He actually just cut in the middle of the field for no reason. It was like if he'd went to the outside, he probably would have broke it, or he would at least got maybe 5 or 6 more yards. But for some reason, he just ran into the middle of the field where everybody was at. And it was like nobody was up there where he was at. Like, why are you cutting back for?
You ever see a Road Runner? The Road Runner cartoon where they're spinning like his legs like this. It's like as soon as he come, if he's not on the outside, it's like he stopped and his leg, he just does this. He just like, was like, get the ball and just go, man. It's like every time he does it, he gets caught in the backfield, and they've shown when he was with the Eagles, it just seemed like he was that dude, but it seemed like the plays that they ran for him would geared more so towards him coming outside, but it almost just seemed like me trying to go up an A and B gap. But it's like when he get there, he just stop and be like you say, he'll go this way, like juke. Okay, let me go this way, and he get popped.
Yeah, he did end up making a couple tough runs, picked up a couple first downs, and at the end of that, we end up saying, "Man, Swift looked pretty good." Man, he got 33 yards on 13 carries, 2.5 yards a carry, and you're doing this in a game where
for the whole day.
For the whole day, you're doing this in a game where the receivers and the quarterback are gutting the DBs of Dallas, so you should be able to see some open holes just based on them thinking you're gonna try to be doing more passes. So I don't know what it is with Swift, Roschon Johnson. I don't even know if he's still on the team or whatever, but he might as well not be on the team. But let me get off the negative. I'm glad we got the W. I'm gonna go outside and cuss out one of my neighbors that's a Green Bay Packers fan. So hopefully he'll do something like that. But he didn't earn it. He didn't have it coming for a while now.
F Green Bay. F Green Bay. F Green Bay.
Hey, but Maganga, if once he just get used to carrying the ball, you can tell he's going to be a tough guy to tackle. But what you cannot do is get turned around and start running backwards. But you can see he's going to be a tough load. But I still think the Bears have not solved their running back issue.
Oh no!
And I'm not sure why Johnson is on this team. Plank, he committed a penalty on special teams. Now I think about it. He
really?
Yeah. I think he had a hold or something like that. Because when the Bears punted, they ended up I want to say they added 10 yards onto the punt because of something Johnson did.
I told you I lost respect for him last year when we were playing against Houston, and that linebacker just stole on him, and he was sitting around like, why didn't you hit me? I'm like, hey, the second somebody put their hands on you, it ain't time for no questions. You get your lick back, and then later on you can ask your boys how we got here, whatever. But you're supposed to take out them. You're supposed to get that boy an 8-piece quick.
No, Plank, he was one of those. He was in one of those martial art movies where the guys promised their mama they're not gonna fight no more. He was like, I
almost just would have forgot that.
Hey, what you got, quick?
No, I was thinking about the running back situation. I don't know if I got to look at the size of Malingus, whatever his name is, Menage or whatever his name is, because he looks kind of small. He's smallish, and I think he was supposed to be probably the third down back, but they got to get somebody else. If you're gonna continue to have Swift, you got to have somebody else to offset that. You know what I'm saying? Because I think Swift would have been good when David Montgomery was here.
Yeah.
Running those two like power outside and all that. But they trying to offset him a little bit with DJ Moore and Luther Burden with the reverses and all that type of stuff. But you gotta get somebody that can run downhill, because
I'll tell you what, I thought that at the beginning of the game, Ben Johnson sent a message.
Looked like somebody named Keith Flournoy just posted.
Hey, I do that from time to time. At the end of the game, I think Ben Johnson sent a message because you didn't see DJ Moore out there as many plays as you're used to him playing. So they substituted a couple times for Burton, and he put some other players in there. Then he also ended up moving DJ Moore more in the backfield right off. So it's kind of a message. I think that's a message to DJ Moore. Look, you've been tripping. You've been acting a fool. You need to get on my program. Otherwise, no rock, no block, no block, no rock.
Right.
So,
yeah, I don't think DJ gonna be here next year. So I think
I'll be here next week.
But Bernard said something in the text, called him a healthy scratch.
Nah, that was me.
That
That was me. I
But
said,
that was quick.
was quick, yeah. He a
I
healthy
said
scratch.
DJ Moore's a healthy scratch.
I
Oh
almost
damn.
fell out, man. I almost died. But it's
Yeah,
got to
he
be like
healthy.
that. That's how you change the culture, though, man, because it's too many dudes that are entitled to making all this money. If they make mistakes, it's like, well, I'm a star. What else they got? But my thing is, I think one of the other things that shifted the culture was that preseason game we played against Kansas City. And you get in the fourth quarter, and we had guys trying to make the squad, and them third, fourth string dudes, they went and smashed them dudes in the mouth. So what it basically said to me was, hey, you know what? If we gonna lose all these games, we'll lose them without y'all. We gonna put some guys on there that want to play, and it seemed like it set a fire to guys. So
You know, I was happy to see like
points too. So
what was that, Mike? I'm sorry.
I said it helps if you don't give up 52 points too. So
yeah.
Hey, I was happy to see Caleb's grabbing DJ on the sideline, like pumping him up, but because players, we try to act like players don't have emotions when they start going through a downturn. And I know DJ been doing a lot of whining, but you ended up getting your touchdown today. And hey, the truth is, Rome Odunze is wide receiver 1. So just because you was wide receiver 2 years ago, number 1, and last year, hey, it changed in the game. And guess what? If you want to be wide receiver 1, you got to get separation. You got to go win on your one-on-ones. And what's going to happen is the more Rome start catching those big plays and some of that, guess what? They're going to put somebody over top on Rome. And guess what, DJ? You're going to be able to eat. And Luther, you're going to be able to eat, right? And then if they have to double up on DJ and maybe put one over the top on Rome, then Loveland, you're going to be able to eat. See, it's all going to be complimentary football. So there ain't no time for like pouting if you don't get your stats in one game. It's a team sport.
Hey, Burton got 100 yards today. 3 catches. He averaged 33 yards a catch. As a rookie, you talking about lifting somebody up. That dude's like, man, I've been telling y'all I was cold. So,
no, hey, I've been talking about Luther Burden since they picked him up.
You have.
He went to Missouri. That was his choice. He was the number 2 receiver in the country coming out of East St. Louis. And he turned down Alabama, Georgia, and all that to go to Missouri so his parents and everybody, his family, could come see him play.
Yep.
So, I didn't understand why the heck he went to Missouri instead of Alabama. And that's when Alabama was just automatically putting people in the league,
Right.
But, yeah, I was like, man, but when I saw him play at East St. Louis, I was like, man, this dude going to be playing on Sundays real soon. And I'm glad he here because we haven't even seen him really with his full capable. He a rookie still trying to figure out stuff. So once he does, because you seeing it in Rome now. Remember Rome last year as a rookie, trying to figure out defensive back tendencies and all that, where to really sit down in the zone and all this other type of stuff and the complexities of these NFL defensive coordinators. But I'm telling you, when he finally gets it, and I'm not even like DJ Moore, okay, but Roma Duze and Luther Burden, they gonna be really special together.
Yeah, I think what's happening is Odunze is kind of starting to progress, so everybody can see that. He's got a good relationship with Caleb Williams, so Caleb is going to be looking for him anyway. Even with that, DJ Moore is a superior wide receiver than him. Whenever you see the ball thrown to DJ Moore and it touches his hands, he catches that. Roma Odunze is still doing this double catch stuff where he's leaving touchdowns and catches on the field. He dropped at least one pass that was, I think it was on 4th down, and it was either in the end zone or at the 1-yard line that, killed a scoring drive and also killed the opportunity for him to get another big catch. So I think what's going to happen is DJ might not be long for this team. They might end up trading him out. But until he's there, he's going to be exactly what Amon-Ra St. Brown is.
It's for them, yeah.
Right.
Let
That's
me
why I was
just-
saying you got to be happy for your role, right? And realize it's not going to be your week every week, right? Because you got 4 people on here, and Luther missed a lot of training camp, right? Because
he was hurt.
He was hurt. Then he had a contract. He had a contract holdout, right? As well. So he's a little behind on it. Loveland came in camp hurt, so he was a little bit behind on getting ready for the season. So you got 2 rookies who they missed some little time in the off-season training that we expect them to be some big boys when they come along. And I think what we're seeing is today we saw the use of both tight ends, which was, we had a sighting of both tight ends. And then we also saw the king of moonwalk, Braxton Jones, do pretty good today. He didn't moonwalk today.
Yeah.
You know what's funny though? When I look at Luther Burden, the difference between him and Roma Dunze reminds me of that kid who's like that big kid that doesn't really realize how strong and how good he can be, and he still has some things. Luther's already got there. Luther already knows, yeah, man. The only reason why I'm getting a slow thing now is because I was injured, and it's starting to show. Because the one thing I saw with Rome, which was really tripped out, was it's bad when the cornerback that's sticky, you try to nudge you, and he ended up being the one that knocked himself out. On that touchdown, he tried to push Rome, and he just bounced off of him.
Yeah.
It was funny, but I just think that Rome is starting to come into his own. But just like you said, man, he's going to have to understand that some of them catches is not going to be like right there. You that guy, you're going to be that wide receiver 1. You need to eat up everything that's within a certain radius of you.
Yeah, because today was Luther Burden Day. Luther Burden led the team in reception yards today, like Plank mentioned earlier today, in early program. He had 102 yards. So he actually, I know a lot of it was on the one play, but still to have your second round pick to actually be the one that lead in reception yards today, that's a confidence booster for him and the play caller and the player himself to have that happen. So you this is the kind of stuff you want to build on, where your team have been used to blowing these leads and they didn't blow it, and they actually put their feet on the gas in that moment and got that last touchdown they got, which made it even harder and made Dallas kind of say, okay, we surrender. We just gonna put our back, when they threw that interception, we're just gonna put our backup quarterback in there, who was throwing the ball so hard when they hit the guy's hand, we heard it through the TV.
You're a defensive back. You ain't even trying to intercept the ball because your finger's gonna get broke.
The back just wait till the receiver, it go off the receiver's hand, and then you get an interception.
From the sting off of it.
I'll tell you what, though, Dallas. As I was looking at the game today, I was looking at Dallas's wide receiver core. So everybody's talking about how their receivers are elite, with the CD and George Pickens. I'll take the Bears receivers room over those guys any day. And part of the things I started seeing is like George Pickens, he started pouting in the third quarter.
He sure did.
He took himself out the game, and he had the towel over his head and all of that stuff. I'm like, he's weak. Hey, but you know what? Before I forget, shouts out to Ryan Flournoy. He's got the same last name as me. I'm gonna call him family one way or the other. And he got a couple of catches, his first 2 catches out there. So good job, young man.
You better check that ancestry.com. He might be your cousin.
He might be a closer relative to that. You never know.
He gonna be one this week, that's for sure.
Yeah,
or he gonna do like, if he do bad, he gonna be like, with quick, I don't know no other Flournoy.
Right.
Hey, y'all. We're having some difficulties over here, so give me a second. Y'all keep talking. I got you on the screen.
Remember one thing about Odunze, and when he got selected, one of the benefits of him was his wide catch radius. Yep. So it's just, like I said, once they figure out where they really belong at in here, things are going to get cleaned up, and they're going to start having a little bit more success. They're going to build off of this game, because you got to remember too, we should have won the Detroit game, the opening game. Not Detroit, Minnesota. We should have won that game, and we just didn't look good against Detroit. But it's the stepping stone. I mean, we think that because of the change, we're supposed to win every game. No, this is you remember what Detroit was 0-10 when they first turned it around and things like that. So and then again, we got the people that's like, well, Caleb didn't play nobody. They played Detroit, they played Dallas, and you know, they best players at Green Bay. And I remember Diggs is still playing, and a couple other people. So I mean, we just use excuses on why we don't see what we think we saw with the progress of the Bears trying to get better.
Yeah. And you know what? There's no reason to diminish this win at all. This was a win, and it was against a worthy opponent. Only thing the Dallas had done was just gave up a lot of points in previous games. But this is a team that came in 1-1, and you came in this game 0-2, and you showed up after giving up 52 points last week, because you could have came in with your head down and quit. But to me, I'm happy for this team because they came in and they showed that they was ready to fight. And it's good to see that you get a home victory early in the season, right? Because we've seen so many seasons where we get through a couple of games in the season, we haven't even won a game at home, you know?
Yeah, I get your point. So I don't know. You know, it's just interesting. There's a lot of Bears fans that are Bears fans in the way that they just like to talk about how bad the Bears looked. I actually want the Bears to win, and when they don't win, I'm a pretty upset guy during most of the week. So I'm a pretty happy guy today. I'm glad we got the W, and I'm looking forward to the Bears, you know, getting another victory next week. We got the Raiders, I think.
Yes, it's the Raiders.
If we get that, it gets us back to, you know, 500. And from there, you always got a chance to see what's happening. At this point, you know, the offense is very new. As I said, the offensive line has not gotten any continuity yet. So it's going to take a couple games to get that. Caleb Williams, now the same people that are jumping up and down, talking about he paints his nails and all of that, I want to hear them say he played a good game today. That's all I care about. I could care less about who he dating or what his nails look like, any of that stuff. But if he's out there quarterbacking, that's what I've been looking for the last 40 years. So let's see how that works out.
I agree, man. You know, it's going to quiet all those he paints his nails. And you know what? And every time I see that on social media, it's like a joke that's been used too many times, right? And you're like, okay, that's not even funny. Like at the point, like, you know, what that has something to do with it, you know? I mean, because even sometimes when people use it in reference, they act like painting your nails is stopping him from coming to practice, right? Like it's actually an activity that affects your practice time, right? Now, there are some players that do stuff that you say, for example, maybe players who are filming commercials during the season. A lot of teams frown on that, right? Because you are giving away time that you could be like in the playbook and all that. But painting your nails is one of the most ridiculous things that I keep hearing people say. The man came out there and balled today. It's a positive. And when you're a Bears fan, you should be happy for that. Because you know what? If you look at this through 3 games, Caleb Williams has 7 touchdowns. Last year, around this time, through 3 games, I think he had just got his first touchdown, and it was to Rome, and it was in game 3, I want to say, because they had only had about 3 touchdowns he had through 3 games, and now we got 7 because we had 4 today, 2 last week, and 1 in game 1.
I'm looking at this rating. His passer rating was 142. Quick, you're gonna have to explain that to me one day. I don't know what the passer rating actually mean. I know higher is going to be better than lower. That's about it.
I don't know either. I think somebody just flips a coin and be like, yeah, that sounds good. That's a good one. Yeah. That sounds really good. Yeah.
So Plank, what you know, now this is what happened for what I could tell for reading the passer rating, which makes it kind of odd. If you get more touchdowns and no turnovers, the more you get, you're closer to a perfect passer rating, which is about like 154 somewhere up in there.
158.3.
158. Okay. So in this game, because he had 4 touchdowns and no turnovers, that automatically is going to probably put him in the 130 something. And then with the efficiency of 67%, it put it back in there. Now with a QBR, I haven't looked at his, but I would guess the QBR is probably in the 90s because it's factored a little bit different. But I haven't looked at the QBR on it for today.
Well, if you look at the overall stats for the year, he's done a great job of taking care of the football.
Yes.
He has one interception. I probably just jinxed the hell out of him for next week, but he has one interception for the entire year and 7 touchdowns. So anytime you can take care of the football, I mean you gonna get positive results. You know, they man, I looked at so we played the Vikings already, right?
Yep.
And he's his interception came last week, I think it was.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The Vikings had 8 turnovers today. 8.
A pick six, and a same dude got a fumble recovery and ran that back. I was like, is this NFL football?
Right. But that's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm like, you know, man, Brian Flores is known for his defense. We faced that already, and Caleb had no turnovers.
You got a point.
Probably screwed him up again. I got knock on some wood around here, but he's got 1 turnover through 3 games.
You know what? There were a couple things that I noticed today with Caleb Williams. So, and I married it up with what happened during training camp. In training camp, a lot of times Dennis Allen was throwing complex defenses, and Ben Johnson told him to try something new, just have a play of blitz out of without actually calling the play. So today I saw a guy right up in Caleb's face, and as soon as he got the ball, he looked him off, put a quick juke on him, and he went on through the rest of his progression. I think that makes a difference. So I'm just saying, the way that Ben Johnson has been coaching him, he's like, you got to be ready for the unexpected. And when it happens, use your best skills and use your gifts to overcome that. That's when it's time for you to, be a special player and do out of pocket and all of that stuff. Not every doggone play. And
Man,
I think
that ball
difference.
That ball that he threw on that flea flicker.
Oh my God.
With a guy coming right at him, and I don't even know if he even got a chance to step up and throw the ball.
Mm-hmm.
But that thing was thrown. I was like, God. I mean, there are flashes of him. I mean, really doing stuff well. There's still some things he got to work on, but right now, I'll take it. I mean, this is the 2nd year. He's not gonna know everything. You think about this. Nobody's in the quarterback that he went up against, right? Dak Prescott. Nobody really gives Dak that much pressure that they give Caleb. And Dak, to me, really ain't that good. He's not that guy, right? Then you go into it and looking at this. I'm about to watch Russell Wilson take on Patrick Mahomes, and Patrick Mahomes is 0-2. Patrick Mahomes is 0-2. Nobody said anything about him, though. Nobody said nothing. Right?
Wait,
nobody.
You got Russell Wilson against Patrick Mahomes. Man, they might as well send them doggone Lions in there. I'm talking about the real Lions, not the Detroit Lions. Russell Wilson in there with the Lions. See if he can make it out about a morning, because I think this is about to get ugly.
Yeah, hey, sorry, guy may not. He's trying to charge his battery. He was on his cell phone, and his cell phone died on him, so he's going to try to get back. Hey, and shout out to Jay Beasley. I know he's at Soldier Field celebrating. He's probably not going to make it to work tomorrow. I'm just calling in for him. I mean, hey, but I think we can't talk about Caleb enough today. That's the positive play he had today and the confidence booster. And if you're a Chicago fan or Bears fan, man, this is positive to be able to see your quarterback flourish. And if you look at all the guys that we were actually saying that were all better than him last year, almost all those guys are struggling this year. Bo Nix is struggling this year. Yeah. Jaden Daniels struggled through the first 2 games, and he's out, for the game. You even look at, Michael Penix today threw a pick 6, and they didn't even get on. They had a goose egg today.
They lost to Carolina.
DJ is regressing so much that actually there are people in Houston making videos now saying CJ is the problem. Even CJ pick 6 today.
Ain't that the same CJ that was telling Caleb about the game 2 last year? Hey, you good, rookie? You just keep. I'm like, dude, don't be trying to big brother me if we play in the same sport. If I'm guarding you and you give 2 catches, don't come up to me telling me how I should play DB better. I'm gonna have some problems with that. I'm just letting you know. And I might steal on you at that point. And long we're gonna have some issues from now on.
Hey, I'm looking at the stats and things like that for the season. And I really want to give a shout out to Noah Sewell.
He been coming, ain't he?
He's been kind of playing somewhere everywhere. And he really wasn't getting any time the past couple years with the Bears because of Jack Sanborn and some other people. But he's been, all you do is you see 44 in the picture. Like, man, where's this dude coming from?
Hey, he bringing it though when he get there too. You got a lot of guys on the Bears that are when they get there. Dominique Robinson, I saw a running back carry him for about 8 yards today on his back, and I was like, dude, you weighing 275 pounds. How can you let another grown man just carry you like this is piggyback, man? That's crazy. Noah Sewell, when he hit him, that game, that particular play was over.
Yeah,
so
hey,
like what he bringing.
That also show his inexperience as a defensive end, because I think he played another position. Wide receiver. First of all, you're a big guy. You do not leave your feet and jump on a guy's back like that. You should be having your feet on the ground. That's where your strength at. Your strength is in your legs, not your feet in the air. And you should have been able to use your weight to bring him down versus jumping in the air, riding his back. Right? Yeah. Hey, the running backs, most of the running backs in the NFL have strong legs. So squatting and all that, hey, they used to that. So hey, you was just a squat for him. He was carrying you like he was just a squat.
Man, that was crazy.
Yeah. Hey, but what do y'all see? What do y'all see before we get to some grades? I mean, what else y'all saw on defense? What was it? I know they gave up a lot of yards, but was there anything that impressed you defensively that the Bears did today?
Well, you know what? I think the Bears had to dig down a little bit because they were embarrassed in front of the entire league last week, and rightly so. They had to come and answer the bell. I thought that the Bears still weren't being able to effectively stop the run, and that's going to be a problem going forward. That said, the biggest thing that happened on defense is when CeeDee Lamb hurt his ankle.
Yeah.
So now you
Shout
don't
out
have
to Tyreek Stevenson.
Right, you don't have to worry about those 2 wide receivers. Now all you got to do is focus on one. So I think that took a whole lot of win down to Dallas' sale. But you play with whatever team you got. People get hurt, you keep going for it. But I do think the defense definitely they showed a little bit more grit today. And like Quick said, Kevin Bynard, oh my God, that decapitation. People gonna be looking for him for the next couple of weeks, saying, "Man, where is that dude? Let's make sure we see him before we go out and try to catch this doggone ball."
Yeah, because he got an interception as well today, didn't he?
Yeah.
He got the
Off
last
the fastball guy.
He got old man interception. So that was all right.
You know what I saw that I have to give credit for is the adjustment in the coaching on defense. He did dial up some pressure eventually in this game, where there were times in the first 2 games where I thought Dennis Allen stayed stubborn to our 4 guys got to get there. And today he actually started confusing Dak a little bit and forced the ball, especially on 3rd down. He did start showing him pressure to make him take the check down. And even though they gave up a lot of yards late in the game on that next to the last drive before they took Dak out, what was important was he forced Dak to take those short passes in front of him. And even though they got a 1st down, it actually made them burn more and more time out, where that was important. And then he switched his personnel a little bit more today. Like, well, we saw Dominique Robinson sack today. So I'm looking forward to Booker. What's his name? Booker. I forget the guy.
Austin Booker.
I'm looking forward to when he comes back that, he should be able to make some impact. Now, what's his name? The other tight end, Adala. What his name is? I don't know. I always mispronounce his name.
Don't stop.
He was absent today. Now he one of the few players that didn't flash at all today. The other defense end, he didn't flash at all.
Hey, one stat that we did not talk about, and we're going back to Caleb Williams again. No sack.
Absolutely.
So if we can keep him upright, that's what she said. But we can make something happen.
I'll tell you what.
Keep him upright. You can make something happen.
The most disrespectful thing that Dallas did all game was in the fourth quarter. They went for it at 4th and 11 in the fourth quarter on 4th and 1 or whatever it was on the 11-yard line. And I'm
they
like,
had to though, because they had nothing going, right? And it was like we down by 17. That's 3 scores. We gotta try to do whatever, because if we don't get, because here's the other thing too. The Bears had the ball in the third quarter for almost 10 minutes.
They did. Yeah. That was the best ball.
So it's like, okay, if we don't make it here, they on the 11. We got 4 downs. Maybe we can hold them to a field goal. We still down 3 scores. We still got to make, you know what I'm saying? So it sounds like a bad call, but in the end, it really ain't that bad, because we can't have them keep the ball for 10 minutes. The game is over. Like, you're right. I was sitting there like, they had the ball forever. And I was like, wait a minute, how are we putting together? That was the longest drive I've seen the Bears on in a very long time.
Yeah.
Very long time.
Too. So I was like, man.
Yeah,
we figured out how to actually do some offense.
Right.
It was all runs, and that's why I was shocked, because Swift had 33 yards, and I'm like, wait a minute, he ran the ball doing that. They ran it to DJ. They gave Luther Bird. They was just running the ball with everybody. Caleb had some runs. It was like run the ball by committee. Laren Meningitis or whatever his name is, he had a couple runs, and I can't get that dude name for nothing.
Hey, let's do a commercial break right quick.
Let's hit the E-way and flood the beaches, just let me float. Get some baddies in this LA traffic, yeah, just let me know. Get some stallions that wear medallions, just drop it low. Can't imagine all that shit that happens when I lose control, no hesitation. Wonder, yeah, the crowd been going wild, swear this music takes me back to 2010. Wonder, you've been silent all summer, made me wonder if it's something that I did. Wonder, threw a party with a Barbie, but she tried to treat me like I'm just a kid. Wonder, don't nobody know your body like somebody that's been away this afternoon.
All right, Luke Scott.
That's my nephew, man. That's what I like. Go ahead, boy.
He just started working on his first full music video yesterday, so look for that to be released soon on YouTube, TikTok, and other things. Hey, y'all ready for some scores for this game? Some grades up there. That's the grades.
Oh yeah, I'm ready for grades.
Who want to start off the grade? Let's start. Let's do it the reverse. Let's start off with the defensive scores first.
Okay.
No.
Well, go ahead, Professor. We got to let Dr. Quick be the first one to go. That's what you got.
Well, literally without the turnovers, man, it's quite a show here. What did they have? They had 3 interceptions.
4. Or 3?
No,
yeah,
4.
And a fumble.
Fumble recovery here, all type of stuff going on. Really, I still got to give them a C for right now. I can't really ding them that bad, but here's the reason why. They gave up a lot of yards. Dak had like 250 yards passing, bunch of rushing yards, and really the C is a good grade because of who played for them, right? They came up with a couple stops when they needed them. They came up with some interceptions, fumbles when they needed them. And that's why I get them a C, because without those, even if we win and we don't have those turnovers, man, that's an F performance by the defense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, today I'm gonna give them a B minus. I'm grading them high because I'm gonna have to go to playing philosophy that they only gave up 14 points, and even though they gave up a lot of yards, they were able to make those stops in the red zone, which became crucial. They actually forced the fumble. They actually took the ball, so it wasn't like the guy was careless with the ball, other than not gripping it properly, getting 3 interceptions. So I gave them a lot on that. And I thought when the game got on the line in the fourth, where you kind of could have had those Bears moments that we felt, they were able to get those stops in those times. So I would have graded them a whole lot lower if they had gave up more points, but they actually, with about 5 trips to the red zone, that they still, maybe about 7, they only still ended up with 14 points.
And that's the reason why you got to grade them lower, because the whole key is not to let them in the red zone, right? You can't let them. Yeah, it's like, hey, I'm gonna come to your house. I might go in your refrigerator. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It's like, no, the whole purpose is to say, no, this is the line. We can't let you in. Go ahead, Play.
Yeah, I think what's happening here, and I think it's about time I address this. Okay, I think with the Bears, we go through what you call historical bias. Because the Bears have always been known for defense and monsters of the midway, and we've been able to shut teams out and get 50 sacks and all of that. That's what we're being measured against. In my opinion, we need to measure them against the teams that they're playing today and how well they perform in this season. We're looking at a team that gave up 14 points, got 4 turnovers, won the defensive battle, won the offensive battle, and won the special teams battle. So since we're just talking about defense, anytime you get 4 turnovers and you lead another team, you hold another team to 2 scores, that's an A performance. So I'm giving the Bears.
Oh man, are you
an A plus?
Hey, they're gonna drug test you at work tomorrow.
Come
You
on.
say that on they gave up. Listen. They gave up 413 yards today.
I got a question for you, quick.
13.
Yep.
They won because of the offense.
Do you lose a game because you gave up more yards?
We
Do you lose a game
the defense
because you gave up the most points?
You gave up 400 yards. You can't get
the game is measured by how many points your team scores versus the other
measuring.
Hey, let's move. I know we pressed for time, but let's move to the offensive grades.
Me and Quick ain't had a good fight in a couple of weeks, man.
413 yards of total offense.
You know what? That's called. That's called empty calories. When you just eat a whole lot of stuff, but it don't get you full. Same thing.
No.
So, A plus. Next, what we got?
Let's go on offense. Who want to start off with the offensive grades?
Here's Play Cup for his urine sample tomorrow.
You're gonna need a bigger cup, brother.
Yeah, because they're gonna be testing for more drugs.
They probably need to. That's all good.
Man.
Okay, we talking about offense now?
Yeah, offense. Yep, offensive grade.
I thought offense had continuity. I mean, I thought it was really good with some of the call plays that Johnson mixed up and put in there. Offensive line did an exemplary performance. They kept the quarterback clean, so no sacks. That's something that's almost unheard of when we're talking about the Bears. And they scored 31 points. So I'm going to give the offense a B plus.
Okay, B plus.
And only because I wasn't happy with the overall running game. So, but 31 points in NFL.
A B plus.
Yes,
man. What
you got, Quick? What you got?
The offense put up 387 yards, which was less than Dallas, and he gave
So Dallas won then, right?
We're giving grades for the individual offense and defensive performances. I give the offense an A because of their ability to move the football and score the football. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to score the football, right? And so when you score the football, you have a high probability of winning. When you give up 413 yards, you have a high probability of losing. And that's why they got a 50 burger put on them last
So
week.
if your defense gives you the ball back 4 additional times, doesn't that give you more opportunities to score the football?
Yeah, but they were in the red zone when they gave, except for one, they were in the red zone to score.
So
Yeah,
4 turnovers mean this is 4 times that the defense.
Hey, what's that song say?
The ball back to y'all. Okay.
I'm up all night to get lucky. I'm up all night to get lucky.
Hey, you know what? With the Bears offense today, they played 4 quarters of football. They kept the quarterback clean. They was efficient in the passing game. They made several explosive plays. When the defense got to stop, they took advantage of those. So I'm going to get an offense an A.
I think that's fair. Absolutely. Oh,
and Plank comes to get an offense a B.
I gave him a B.
All right, now, here's a larger cup. Here's a larger cup. Here we go. There you go.
Hey, so let's move to coaching. Let's go with coaching. I would say overall with coaching, I'm going to give the coaching a B in this game. When I level off offense and defense, special teams, I get the coaching staff a B today. What you got playing for coaching?
I think the game was well coached. I mean, even the special teams outplayed Dallas. Ultimately, the Bears outplayed Dallas in all 3 phases: offense, defense, and special teams. So the coaches put together a good strategy. They took it to Schottenheimer and they took it to Eberflus. So that coaching, I have to give them an A, especially coming off a game where you done gave up a 50 burger. You know, it's kind of hard to get up off the floor when somebody done took your manhood like that. So I hear. I wouldn't really know.
What you got for the coaching today, Quick?
Well, they always say that somebody could be worse off than you, and praise the Lord that they sent Eberflus to Dallas and got him up out of here. I'm going to say that I'm going to give the coaching staff an A because they coached the players that were playing the game very well. And even on defense, we didn't have everybody. It's like we still missing like 4 starters on defense now. But I just like Johnston is starting to open up his bag of tricks. And that's I've been waiting on that, and I just wanted to wait to
okay.
Probably network latency or what have you.
Okay.
Back now, Quick. You had a blip.
Froze for a minute. Hey, man, this so good to talk about victories. I mean, we've been doing this since our 6th season, and we haven't had a lot of victories, man. But I'm hoping the Bears could keep building on this. Our next opponent is the Las Vegas Raiders, who at this point, their running game is sucking big time. They just cannot run the ball. So I think what the Bears don't want to do coming into that game, and I know we talk about in the pregame, is to allow them to get their running game right. But they running game is really struggling. And Geno is looking like it's time to draft a quarterback.
Yeah. And I think that tight end, who's probably their best player, he got hurt. I don't know if he's going to make it back to next week.
Yeah, he's supposed to have been practicing this week for a minute.
I thought he got hurt today.
He came back then.
Mm-hmm. How did they do today, Plank?
Brock Bowers was out.
Oh, okay.
They lost today.
What was the score?
40 something to 20 or something.
Ooh.
Yeah.
They lost to Washington without Jaden Daniels, 41-24.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Because
Mariota giving them 40. Marcus Mariota. Wow.
Yeah, Marcus gave
been winning the last 40 years, man. Come on.
They put up a 40 burger.
Hey, thank everybody who tuned in today. We're on Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn today. We're not on Twitch TV today.
Okay.
But man, you know, this feels real good. Man, y'all got anything before we close out? We'll be back in a few more days. And I know Christian's gonna be here this week talking about the 2-minute drill with the performance of the quarterback. I look forward to that.
Man, I told Christian to change the name of that, man. You can't be having no show called the 2-minute drill.
No, nobody wants. That's a bad drill, man.
Right.
Hey, set me up with a show called Overtime, all right? That's why I don't come on the 2-minute drill. I cannot get jiggy with that, man.
Right. Hey, you gotta crawl. You gotta crawl before you walk.
Oh man, call it the fourth quarter or something, man. The 2-minute drill. Oh.
Hey, what's up, Jeff? What's up, Jeff? Thanks for tuning in.
Jefferson.
All right.
Jefferson, all right.
All right. Hey, so is that it? Y'all got anything else before we close out?
No, this is a great win. I'm about to go to Club Dub myself.
Okay. Hey, until next time.